mama ya nana nana junubiya zenajima ya najima najima junubiya juwa kamara ya habibi junubiya juwa kamara kefnistaniya diniya kiyafa zenajima najima najima diniya kabila zenajima wo najima najima kumuriya kubore fi shajara kubol biniya biniya kumuriya binangin fi shajara kubol biniya biniya dawla bidana dawla 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 ina daggana ba le mama kulu batalena ina kulna salama le maryam ya sallama lena ina kulna akifo kulu wigbolena ye junubiya nana ya nana nana baba bubakir fi shajara عشان ربي يلو ماما بفكر في الدنيا عشان ما يشاف بنيا بفكر في قلبه عشان محبة جنوب يا ماما يا نانا نانا بنيا قيافة النجمة نجمة نجمة بنيا جميلة النجمة وو نجمة نجمة قمرية ببوري في الشجرة بقول بنيا بنيا جنوب بننن في الدنيا بقول بنيا بنيا جنوبيا جوا قمرة هي جننين جنوبيا جوا قمرة كيف خلانيا جنوبيا بابا جننين كمان ثلاثة بنات أنا لقيتهم في السكة أنا شفتهم ماشي لمدرسة حبيبية سبع بنات أنا لقيتهم في السكة دي أنا شفتهم ماشيين كنيسة كله جيرانية بنية بسلل رونيا بنية 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 بمجد ربونا شوف بنية بنية مسؤولية الواحد في الدولة يا نجمة نجمة مسؤولية اثنين في الدنيا يا بنية بنية مسؤولية ثلاثة في الدولة دي يا بابا ماما جنوب يا ماما عليزا يا ودي شباب جمجمة جنوب يا سيستر يا مغلس مشوار جنوب يا ماما يا مدوى أبني مسؤولية واحد دولة يا نجمة نجمة مسؤولية اثنين دنيا يا بنية بنية مسؤولية ثلاثة دولة يا بابا ماما
مرحبا مشاهدين زوم تي في. اخ كريكوجو منور، مرحب بك. ارحب بكل مشاهدينا ومشاهداتنا تحت زوم تي في اينما كانوا. مرحبا بكم. نتمنى انه الاسبوع كان اسبوع شيق. احنا عرفنا انه كان a little bit exciting في امريكا. يعني as we go online now it seems to have settled down بطريقة زي ما العالم كله، مش أمريكان برام، العالم كله كان عايزه. So it has settled. We hope this show, as you might have read the blurb for it, will be of a great excitingness to all of you. أخويا كريكوجو مرحب بك. You greet your viewers, our viewers, and we can see where we go from there.
Greeting to you, Brother Daniel. You look fabulous. You look sharp, as usual. And special greeting to our viewers, ZööMTV. This is our prime time. We are pleased to have this special evening with you. And it is a historical day, as a matter of fact. And this is a day that we witness it. And I believe it is one of those moments of our all time. For the first time, a lady is a vice president in the White House with the president-elect. And also not just a lady, but she's a Black sister from Indian descent, African descent. So this is a history. And we witness it. Witnessed Barack Obama when he came as the president for United States of America. And history unfold here. So we want to send our facilitations to the American people, and especially the South Sudanese American who voted for Joe Biden, president-elect. And we want to recognize them. And also, we are working on something else. We will come after those who voted for the chief commander, chief haters, Donald Trump, who belittled Black people. And I don't know, under any circumstances, you are from African descent, somebody who called our country shithole, you vote for him. Man, it is politics, but you know, you should dignify yourself, be proud as an African woman or an African man. This is not our topic, but I said I have to put it out there because this is history and we are witnessing it. So special salute and message of congratulations to President-elect Joe Biden and to our sister Kamala Harris. They made history and we witness it, and we look forward to usher them into the White House. That's going to be a different story. I will hit the microphone back to you, Brother Ndirinda.
Thank you so much, Brother Krikuju. Of course, I join you in congratulating the Americans on their wise choice by choosing President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. Of course, you indeed described her correctly as our sister. And of course, we Junubin, sister cave, my sister cave, I would just direct those who will be saying that or asking that to go and read the history. Read the history and know exactly who is who in this world. Because a lot of us Black people don't know who we are. We think we are just what we are from whatever country that we think we are from. We are the masters of this world. That is the honest truth in front of God. So if you don't know that yet, go and read. You will find out. Thank you so much for having that and getting me to put in my little input into that. Of course, we do know the history of what the still incumbent guy who is now somewhere in the basement or somewhere, hiding, have tackled the whole world. He has taken the whole world somewhere. So, which is a little bit out of, it's not just the citizens in America or the normal people or citizens of other countries. Even the leaders of other countries wished him out from their heart. Allies, no allies, they all wished him out. They don't want to see him. And probably his business will collapse. You never know, If they have the same resentment for him as they have now, his business will shrink at the least. It might not collapse, but it will shrink. Anyway, this is not our case. If you want that one, Zoom can zoom into anything whenever you want. We can get out of South Sudan and zoom into anything. For our viewers, our topic for today is an exciting one, and we have our brothers who will be coming in. It is to do with the students who have graduated and some who are not yet graduated, who were sent to Cuba on a scholarship. Of course, when it's scholarship, it is the agreement between the two countries. It is an agreement between Havana and Juba, and it is a full agreement. There is no scholarship that is half-half. I'm yet to see that kind of agreement. Half-half. Yeah, it's the next scholarship, but the next scholarship in the taskara one way and laman dakhalas ta giraja bagade batak and malnashta. That will have to happen. Will come. But just before we move on and we start getting excited and talk about all of that, as usual, Brother Krikoju, I would like for us to play a song while we have get a few of our viewers who are making their way in, and about 3 minutes and we'll come back and start with our decorum and then get into our program.
Sure.
Yeah.
Saka number one gari banata muru banati ya fini udene siya bini ya moro arabibu bini ya moro bini ya Jemila bini ya moro bini ya degi ya fashedi bini ya moro arabibu bini ya moro bini ya Jemila bini ya moro bini ya degi ya fashedi Bini ya tamuru arfu onu samana Indo ehtiram Rudu umatai Arfu rakabuta Arfu libisa kama Usafadi zaman kulue Anabirudu bini yande Moro Bini ya moro, arabibu bini ya moro, bini ya Jemila, bini ya moro, bini ya degi ya fashedi, bini ya moro, arabibu bini ya moro, bini ya Jemila, bini ya moro, bini ya degi ya fashedi, kanita deru mara, ile bini ya moro, kanita deru tiram, ile bini ya moro. Cantadero Jamala, Filipine Amoro. Cantadero Mohamba, Filipine Amoro. Cantadero Ataco, Filipine Amoro. Bini Atamoro, Mami Ferigunas. Bini Atamoro, Bilimu Usura Sawa. Bini Atamoro, Arofu Musuli Atamam. Bini ya moro, arabibu bini ya moro, bini ya Jemila, bini ya moro, bini ya degi ya fashedi, bini ya moro, arabibu bini ya moro, bini ya Jemila, bini ya moro, bini ya degi ya fashedi, bini ya moro, bini ya giafa, udene siya. Bini ya muru walimana rutan Bini ya muru derisana rutan Uogali nyerika Anagali nyerika kaman Uogali mirivuru Anagali mirivuru kaman Uogali malemi Anagali malemi kaman Uogali malumi Anagali malumi kaman Utinyo du ata eche malenjite Mata tenderika na lenjiro bini amoro, aramigo bini amoro, bini angemila, bini amoro, bini andegia fashedi, bini amoro, aramigo bini amoro, bini angemila, bini amoro, bini andegia fashedi. Number one, Isaka number one.
Thank you so much, Brother Krikuju. Please come. Sorry.
Yes. Thank you, Brother Daniel. Greeting to those who just joined us. And بالنسبة لك أحمد بنقول لك أحمد أقعد براحة. We have our way, we do our thing in ZööMTV. If you are in hurry, go and take care of your business. The video will be available. It is available on Facebook, and also it is available on YouTube. Search for ZööMTV. It is there. So please, no rush. This is our dedicated time. We come here, we take our business serious, and we have a way of doing our thing. Anyway, because our brother in Cuba, they are a student and their time and resources are limited, I will go through our decorum quickly before we bring them to the studio. First of all, the topic is very straightforward. We are here to show act of solidarity to those brothers. فما أظن إنه ده بيكون ده موضوع بتاع اختلاف. يعني عندنا طلبة خريجين دكاترة مهندسين وما شابه ذلك في شتى مجالات بتاعت المعرفة اتخرجوا من كوبا. عايزين مساعدتنا جميعا. We demand the government وبعد كده مساعدتنا ذاته حتى لو إذا if you can generate a fund على أساس إنه to help them to bring them home لأنه أهلنا محتاجين لتلك الخبرات إذا كانوا أطباء ولا مهندسين وما شابه ذلك. ما أظن إنه بيكون ده موضوع اختلاف إلا إنه يكون عندك مناخوليا في دماغك يعني. So أنت عايز الناس دول يقعدوا في كوبا forever. ده وقول بلدنا محتاج لهم. فبالتالي ما أظن إنه ده بيكون موضوع نقاش. الرأي والرأي الآخر just make your argument stronger. أجعل حجتك قوي. We don't tolerate profanity. We don't tolerate any abusive word. So إحنا هنا ما بصدد إنه نسيء لبعض. افتكر my time, I value it. My brother during the studio, he value his time. ما أظن إنه هنا عايزين نطلع في فيسبوك عشان إنه نشتم ناس ولا to take anything personal. We zoom into every single thing بهم ناسنا. حتى لو إذا في مواطن واحد بتاع جنوب السودان عنده مشكلة, brought it to ZööMTV, we will zoom into it على أساس إنه to make it a public case. So دي أدبنا في ZööMTV. Then we encourage everybody who is coming, please dress appropriately. This is a serious talk here, a serious conversation. Please ما تجينا بشوية أوهام فانيلا كات ولا أنت مرة you want to show your cleavage ومش عارف إيه. This is not a place for it. في شوات تانينا لأنه people dance, people show their qualification. No. We are here to conduct our business seriously. We are a family-oriented network. We respect our kids, we respect our family. أمهاتنا أخواتنا موجودين معنا. فبالتالي we have to conduct ourselves in a very professional way. Then we encourage people who are going to come, please تعال لنا بواياك. It is a weekend, too bad. لكن انت لو إذا أكلت أي حاجة شربت شنو حاجة شوية لأنه بيخليك مشاشة ولا شربت موية شيطان ولا ركبت فيل or whatever, if you have a little bit of alcohol or whatever, please don't come to watch. لكن don't embarrass us with you على أساس إن أنت عايز تجي تتكلم وبكرة بعد بكرة تقول لنا إنه الفراسي blame it on the alcohol or blame it on the bangi or national intakalto, please. This is not a place for it. We conduct our business serious. So احنا عايزينك تجي في كلمة why. Also, when you come, specifically for men, it is not funny. يتأكد إنه البنطلون ولا بدلة ولا قميص اللي أنت لابسه في سروال تحته ولا في جلابية ولا أي حاجة، لأنه في مفاجآت حصل في other network. People happen to show, their private part on during a live show. Please don't do it. Also, don't move with the camera. When you are in the studio, secure your camera, conduct yourself. If you want to recuse yourself, ماشي تستعمل حمام لا مؤاخذة, it is a nature call. Just drop yourself from the studio. When you come back, we will bring you back. So with this little one, this is briefly, of course, you guys are familiar with our decorum, so we don't have to repeat ourselves. We have to bring those brothers because they have case, they want to present it to the general public, to send it to South Sudan government. So I will yell it here, and Brother Ndirnda, the microphone is with you. Bring our guests so that we can take it from there. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Brother Krikuju, of course, I will have our guest here, Brother Salah, Stephen Lasso. Brother Salah is the chair of the South Sudanese the Union of South Sudanese Students in Cuba. Just before I get him a chance to welcome Brother Salah Lasso, before I get him to say anything, let me just briefly get this for all of you. Let me say to the viewers, the matter of sending your own students to another country, it's not a matter of just a gong kida or wrestle. It is actually through علاقات طيبة مع دولة بتوصل لاتفاقيات بتوقع بين وزارة التعليم العالي في دولتين. It involves a lot of things to go with it. Okay, by the time it comes to okay, ممكن في تبادل التعليمي وفي بعثات تعليمية، الاثنين ده برا تبادل. اللي انا برسل لك 10 ترسل لي 10 من عندك في مجالات محدد ولا كده. لكن لما تبعث كويس، ده معناه انه انا كدولة المستضيف انا وافقت انه انت تبقى تجيب لي 500 من ولا 30 ولا 10 من جماعه بتاعك في في مجالات اللي انت محتاج له. Which means originally I am willing to assist you.
This is scholarship, not exchange.
It's not exchange. It's a scholarship. Of course it comes بالتزامات ماليه. التزامات ماليه انه اما الدوله المستضيف بيقولوا هيتعهد بحاجات، ما هو اوريدي تعهد بانه يخط الطلبه بتاعك ده في جامعات او في معاهد تعليميه عنده، هيوفر لهم على السكن كويس. اذا كانوا من هيدفعوا فيه حاجه رمزي ولا لا، whether the country المستضيف هي subsidize ولا لا. المهم هو التزم بس الناحيه بتاعه من حاجات محدده. في التزامات اخرى بيتم من ناحيه بتاعتك الدوله اللي هيترسل اللي هيشيلوا منك او الطلبه بتاعك. التزاماتك مش حصريا، ممكن يكون كله. لما ده انت لو ماشي تقرا مثلا كل طالب كان مثلا طلبه معينين هيقروا 5 سنة طب مثلا ولا whatever 3 سنة ولا سنتين، انت بتتكفل بالمعيشه بتاعهم، انت بتتكفل بمصاريف الكتب بتاعهم، انت بتتكفل بالتذكره بتاع المشي بتاعهم والرجوع. if they are going post graduate انت بتتكفل انه حتى انه لو هو متزوج انك انت بتتكفل انه هو ممكن يشيل المرأة بتاعه يمشي يقعد معه هناك. كل ده مصاريف اعباء ماليه بتقع على الدوله اللي بترسل. يبقى اذا كان هذا حقيقه، انت في in the utopian world, in the ideal world, what happens is الطلبه دول بيمشوا بيخلصوا زمنهم وبيجوا راجعين. اللهم الا لو انه مثلا الطالب عاد كذا فصل وكده وزمنه عدى الزمن الاصلي انتهى وبيرجل بعد كده ممكن بيرجل يمين وشمال، بعد ده برضه ما بيرفضوا، لكن لسه الدوله برضه بيشوف انه ده كادر بتاعه، لسه بيحاولوا له هنا وهنا وكده. In our case that we're going to discuss today, this is a little bit funny one. Because it is a funny one, it's going to be that انت كيف انك ترسل الناس وما تقدر ترجعهم. Of course, ZööMTV will look into it in its usual normal way of zooming into things as to what are the causes of that. My brother Salah Lasso has dropped off, but he will be back shortly. But until he comes in, we are waiting for another brother to come in, also another student who is supposed to be here. I've seen him somewhere online. He might be getting it a little bit tough with him. I might ask my brother Andrea, who is on the back at the back of the stage, if you can hear me, Andrea. Try to get him on your messenger or something. That will be another option. Check with him whether he's finding it completely difficult. He cannot come through the link. Then that might be a way of bringing him in. So يا اخوي كريكوجو ما كده قول لي احنا غلطانين في شنو هنا؟ انت ترسل زول وتقولوا في النهايه انه تقول لما نخلص ده رجالك تقولوا قال ما عندي قروش رجع نفسك براك. تبقى الغلبان المساله انه كانوا بس شاطر عقله يا شالو ابوه وامه في بلد يعني ما ناس مدينه ما عندهم ولا تعريف ديل يرجعوا من ابو رجم ما عندهم ولا زول شغال في حكومه ديل هيرجعوا كيف يعني خلاص we forfeit them يفضلوا لكوبا. ما عرفنا زمان الجيش الاحمر لما ودهم كوبا في الظروف ذاك ودهم على اساس يتعلم ده المستقبل بتاع السودان الجديد كويس. لو على ما اعتقد كل ما الجيش الاحمر اللي كان ودهم كوبا في جزء الرجع في جنوب الرجع لما جنوب بقى الدوله هم هسه في جنوب وفي جزء الرجع في امريكا في جزء الرجع وين وكل من هناك ديل ودهم في الظروف بتاع الدوله. شنو هذا صعب هنا يعني how was it possible في زمن بتاع الحرب 21 سنه بتاع الحرب انه تودي جيش احمر وتقدر تحل مشاكله وفي الظل بتاع الدوله بتاعك انت ما قادر تحلها. Our brother is back and I think I will better just get him before the network plays him up if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Brother Lasso, can you hear us correctly? Brother Lasso. Oh, you. He's on mute. Just give me a second. You're on mute. Can you unmute yourself, Brother Lasso? Yep, unmute yourself. Beautiful. Nice. No. Unmute yourself. Yep. Great. Can you hear us?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe in Havana it is raining. That is why في حاجة زي صوت مطر وراك. But you can come in, greet our viewer, and we can take it from there.
Yeah. Father.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, the floor is yours. Say hi to the viewers and take us on the story from the beginning.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. The people in the studio, the people of ZööMTV. I am really glad to have this opportunity to air out some of the concerns that I have about our students here in Cuba. And I really feel like you are really doing great in letting us to pass our information to the public and to every concerned citizen of the Republic of South Sudan. Let's say I have been introduced before. My name is Salah Stephen Lasso. I am the president of South Sudanese students and doctors here in Cuba. To brief you on the students here in Cuba, actually, this was a scholarship that was offered that is dating back in 2012, where Cuban government offered the scholarship to South Sudan government to give in his students that they can form them to be doctors that is going to help in the communities that are mainly having no access to medical services. So in 2012, a first set was brought in that like 6 students, and every year the number keep increasing until our time in 2014 we were 8, and until today in Cuba we are around 23 medical students and doctors here in Cuba. Currently we have 17 continuing students, and then we have 6 graduated doctors here in Cuba who are stranded here. They don't have tickets to go home. How did we get to this all this scenario? How did we get to the situation where we don't have tickets to go home? I think that is one of the most important things that I wish the public to hear right away from me. In the first place, when we came to Cuba, we had a program which is like funded by the government. We were told that when we are going to come to Cuba, we are going to be paid for the tickets, and those tickets are normally the tickets that are to come with to Cuba, and then the return tickets. So what happened? In the course of time, when we are about to go to make the flight, like those first group that came in 2013, 2012, 2013, the government said they were not having ticket money to give them. However, their family can pay, and they will refund. Yes, the first group was successful. They paid for their ticket. And then, but however, we signed a document in Ethiopian capital, Addis Ababa, in the embassy of Cuba in Ethiopia, that states that the government of South Sudan will be responsible for the return tickets of all the graduates, whether it can be graduate or somebody who has situations that are to do with the health and they cannot be able to continue with the studies, so the government will guarantee the tickets for these students. And however, till today, when the first lot graduated last year, we have been in contact with the government through the Ministry of Higher Education. We have actually written more than 4 letters, hoping that at least in one of those letters we might find a way forward to get these students home. However, until today, we still have those doctors here who are having 1 year in Cuba.
Brother Lasso, we lost him. Our brother Krikuju, I was going to ask him, but he's just network just played him up.
About the copy of the document?
The copy of the documents, that's one. And the second question was really, was it part of the process that when the time comes, they have to write letters to get their tickets? Or it's a bit, there he comes. Okay. Sorry, Brother Lasso, you dropped off there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can carry on.
Sorry for that interruption. So here we have rain, which is we are suspecting her.
Yeah, Brother Lasso, just before you dropped off, I was going to ask you something in what you were saying.
So I couldn't continue.
That's fine. That's okay. We are used to that part. We know, we understand. That's not a problem. Even our viewers understand that it's not you doing it. It is the nature of the network. Brother Asu, before you continue, from the point that you've just given us, those letters that you said about 4 letters you wrote, you as a student body wrote to the government.
Yeah.
Was it part of the process that when you graduate,
apologize. Here in Cuba, we have rain ongoing, which is like they are suspecting a hurricane to pass through the nation. So the network is really not all that good. And I apologize for our viewers of ZööMTV. I think I can continue from here.
It's all right.
As I say, that there are students who are doctors who are graduated who have been here for 1 full year and without tickets to go home. However, we have met our efforts to reach our government. But however, the reply that we always keep getting from the Minister of Higher Education is that they have made the request to the Minister of Finance. And however, the Minister of Finance has not yet released the money for the tickets. And this is the language that we have been hearing for the last 1 year. So this is exactly how we got to be here and how our doctors got to be stuck in Cuba.
Brother Krikuju.
Now you gave us the headline, and Brother Daniel we have a couple of questions, as a matter of fact. The first part is the document that you signed it at the Cuban embassy in Addis Ababa. I stated clear that the government of Republic of South Sudan is responsible for your
Network, yes.
Yeah, maybe we have to bring Andrea in because he's instead of sitting in the back there. So, hey, brother Andrea, we appreciate your effort making connection, linking ZööMTV with those colleague viewers, our young graduate doctors from Cuba, and you are here. Maybe Lasso is back, but we will keep you on standby. We'll give you a chance to let Lasso finish what he's saying, and then we'll give you a chance to greet our viewer and also to give us a background how you came to be an affiliate with those groups. Lasso, 2 questions quickly. Do you have, or any one of you have a copy of that document, took a snapshot of it with their mobile phone that stated clear the government is, although the protocol, it is clear, we understand it, but do you have the copy of that document in any form that the government made a commitment will take you to Cuba and return you home? This is first part. The second part, is it part of the arrangement when you graduate, you have to write a letter to Ministry of Higher Education so that to facilitate or to make your fair air ticket available, or is it part of the arrangement, or because you guys felt that you graduate and nothing is happening, report went back to South Sudan and nothing is happening, so now you start communicating with the government? If you can respond to those 2 questions quickly, please, and then we pick it from there. Lasso, I believe he's frozen, but we can hear the audio. Yeah, go ahead.
He's not frozen. He's all right.
Network
dropped again. Andrea, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, I hope I can be heard.
Yes, greet the viewers.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to be here and happy to be on Zoom. And my greetings goes out to many people outside there who are watching the show right now, and those who might watch later or on the Zoom page or on YouTube or whatever means. I'm delighted to be here, and I'm here because I came in contact with the group through one of my colleague who have started together with some days back in the airline WOW. So he's one of the students in Cuba that are one of the group that is stranded there. So I thought to link them with ZööMTV and then see if we can get their message out there. So the main purpose is to get their message outside to the people in South Sudan and both in South Sudan and abroad. So those who are living outside also to hear what is going on and see if there's any way we can help them.
Thank you
so much. This network really every time we want to come to him, the network is on.
Okay. Yeah. We appreciate the effort that you put through, Brother Andrea, and you managed to link us because we are here. This network is available for our people, and we have to zoom into those tiny little things. And we appreciate it. We have the podium, we have the microphone, we can amplify their voice, send a straight message to government of Republic of South Sudan, and through them also through ZööMTV, it will be those young men, they can use our platform so that to send a message to people of goodwill, South Sudanese. Okay, we have businessmen and women. Okay, they have money in their disposal. And our people are dying every single day for lack of doctors. So having 6 doctor graduates sitting in Cuba doing nothing, they don't have access to do anything. I believe those doctors, if they would have home, they will start saving life right away. So instead of spending all those money lavishly on this stupid party, bringing artists from Sudan and doing all this, I believe our doctor deserve better treatment. Even if somebody is willing in a position so that to lend them those money, they will go home and work from their salary, from their private clinic, even with interest. I don't think that will be an issue. So Brother Salah is here, and through ZööMTV, we believe we can amplify their voices so that people can hear. And also, if the group, it is just some proposal from us, if the group can generate generate GoFundMe through Facebook and ask people to pledge $5, $20, $40, whatever people will be able to put through, at least maybe we'll be able to generate enough money for a single ticket to start airfare, start sending those doctors home. We don't have to do it all at the same time. So this is just our Zoom perspective. Brother Lasso, you are here as the chairman of the group. So if you can give us a little bit an insight how we can go about it and how we can help. And before also the message drop, if you can send a message on behalf of the group straight to the government of South Sudan, because we never know, maybe the network is not going to bring you back. So please, what is your message on behalf of the group as the chairman of the student who is stranded in Cuba? Send your message straight to the government of South Sudan. Lasso.
I think this network is really bad with him.
We can hear you at all, Brother Lasso.
Can we ask him maybe to come through a messenger? It might help him out.
Yeah. Just messenger audio.
Yeah. Brother Lasso, we cannot hear you. We cannot hear what you're saying. Your network is really bad. Do you think it is possible to come through a messenger audio? Let me see if I can get you through the messenger audio rather than this video, because that's where the problem is. Brother Andrea also dropped off, but let me try to bring Brother Lasso through the messenger audio.
Yeah, I will fill the airway a little bit by the time you are trying to. Yes, القضية لأنه هنا بصدده يمكن من خلال زوم تي في عايزين نوصل نداء إنساني بالنسبة للشعب السوداني الجنوبي في كل أرجاء المامورة والمستطيعين. افتكر عندنا طلبة دكاترة رسالة بدعم جو منها من الحكومة الكوبية لكوبا تو هافانا يدرسوا الطب. حوالي 23 إجمالي بتاع عدد بتاع الطلبة. افتكر في 6 يتخرجوا اوريدي هم أطباء، فهو الاستعداد على أساس إنه يرجعوا لجنوب السودان. لكن أكثر من سنة دلوقتي الحكومة بتاع جنوب السودان ما قادر إنه يوفر لهم تذاكر بتاعت العودة. طبعا بالعربي البسيط على أساس إنه الميزانية بتاع التذاكر بتاع جماعة المفهوم على أساس إنه في زول أكل قروشهم، لأنه لو إذا حتى بالبروتوكول بتاعت الحكومة الإجراءات ده ممكن يأخذ شهر، 4 أسابيع 6 أسابيع بالكثير. وزارة مالية بيطلع الميزانية على أساس إنه يرسل الطلبة دي يرجعهم لجنوب السودان، لكن لأنه دي منها من الحكومة الكوبية، بمعنى إنه it include everything. اوكي، تذاكر بتاع سفر، إعاشة بتاعهم، علاجهم، إقاماتهم and everything، لأنه الحكومة الكوبية بيعرف حكومة بتاع جنوب السودان ما عنده الموارد على أساس إنه يقدر يوفر إعاشة وإقامة والدراسة بالنسبة للطلبة، فبالتالي المنحة ده بيكون منحة كاملة. وزي ما إنه سمينا من كلام بتاعت أخونا لاسو، على أساس إنه في السفارة دولة كوبا بعد سبابة هم وقعوا على مستند بيأكد لهم على أساس إنه ده مسؤولية بتاع حكومة جنوب السودان. بيضمن لهم تذاكر بتاعت الذهاب والعودة إلى جنوب السودان. then ماذا حدث؟ أين قروش التذاكر بتاع الطلبة ديل؟ بنقول لوزير التعليم العالي الطلبة اللي انت رسلتهم في كوبا وينو قروش بتاع التذاكر بتاعت العودة بتاعهم؟ اوكي، ده من يواك القروش ده 4 5 6 سنة ما تب يدرسوا ما بين 6 سنين ل 10 سنين. ما عرفت تب في كوبا بدرسوا ب 6 سنين ولا كم سنة، لكن مثلا في كندا it is 8 to 10 years. so ده منو الكان انه مسؤول من قروش بتاع التذاكر؟ ده موضوع انه الحكومة عايزة ياخدها بجدية، لانه عندنا اطباء اتخرجوا they want to go home to help their people، لكن there is no way for them to go. so من خلال زوم تي في yes بنرسل مسج بتاعتنا لحكومة بتاع جنوب السودان and also بنرسل مسج بتاعتنا لك انت مواطن بتاع جنوب السودان what can you do على اساس انه العون الذاتي. عندنا دكاترة يتخرجوا في كوبا they want to go home. اوكي، كورونا فيروس، اقتصاديات واقع وكل حاجة، لكن we use money for different things. so can you my brother, can you my sister do something? Also, if you know people and NGOs, or you know a church, or you know a mosque, or any organization, non-profit organization, if you can share a case بتاعت الطلبة ديل معهم أينما إنه أنت تواجدت, you are in Australia, you are in Canada, you are in America, you are in Europe, please let us try to find a party that will be able to sponsor those students, those doctors, to bring them home, لأنه دولتنا في أمس الحاجة بالنسبة لهؤلاء. I see brother Andrea here. I will bring him to the studio. Brother Daniel, مش عارف قبل ما أندريا يعمل مداخلة if you have something to add.
Yep, I got brother Salah on the messenger.
Oh,
so I'm
okay.
going to bring him in, and hopefully this should be fine. Brother Salah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, I'm just going to bring you in as a messenger audio so that we all hear. Just give me a second. Okay, now can we all hear Brother Salah? Krikoju and Andrea, can we all hear Brother Salah? Brother Salah, you can say something.
Yes, hello. Yes.
Yeah, you are clear. Come in, please.
Okay, I think we are back in the game now. Krikoju, you can carry on from the question you were on.
Yeah, Brother Salah, before because we can't trust the network and the weather, you are under storm warning. So please, if you can articulate your message on behalf of the group as the chairman, and you are mandated to look after them, to look after their interests, what is your message to government of South Sudan, the Ministry of Higher Education? Also, if you can send a message to the president, because maybe nobody brought it to his attention. So let him be aware that there is 6 doctors who are graduate, they want to come home and start helping our people. Send this message. And also, if you can send a pledge to businessmen, businesswomen, South Sudanese, people of goodwill abroad, in the country, because you guys want to go home, please bring it in.
Okay. Thank you once again. people from ZööMTV. That is really an opportunity to give me the opportunity to pass any information that's very important to the public and to the government of South Sudan. In the first place, I would like to extend the first message to our government, to the Ministry of Higher Education. One thing is, I want to say that please, our government, through the Ministry of Higher Education, if it is possible, you do something to send the tickets for these doctors. They are really needed in our country. Our country needs a lot of doctors. Right? There are a lot of people who have lack of access to what? To health services. And we have doctors who are lying down here, many, and they are unable to go and serve the people. 60 is a good number in South Sudan to serve a good number of population. So if you can capitalize that and bring in these doctors, it will be of great importance to the government and to the people of South Sudan. So do the right thing and take these doctors home. It is where they belong. I see when we are coming, I remember the words of the Director General of the Ministry of Higher Education. He said, we are going out here like hunters, you see, where every family member sacrifices the floor that they have to send these hunters so that they bring in something home at the end of the day. Now we have already got the meat. We have everything. Now it is now your turn to come and help us, to take us home so that we can what? Begin to serve the people of what? The Republic of South Sudan. And my message, the second message is going to the public. In the first place, I would like to say, these doctors are your brothers. These doctors are your sisters.
Lasso, hold on.
Yes.
Before you go to the public, I want you to send a message to the president himself. Because if his ministers are not doing their job, send a message on behalf of your colleague to the president direct. Please.
Okay. My message to our president, His Excellency Salva Kiir Mayardit, is that we have doctors here who are capable. We have doctors here who, when they incorporate to the ministry, when they incorporate to the health sector, they will make a great impact. They will make a great importance. I know the president himself. I know Your Excellency, you are worried about the people of South Sudan. You are worried about their health. As we have seen, your efforts in bringing peace, which is also has to do with the health of the general population. So if you could come in and help these doctors and take them home to help in the health sectors, I think the people of South Sudan will really greatly appreciate that. We will love that our doctors will be taken home and to serve the people of South Sudan. And I know under your leadership, it will be of great importance. It will be of great impact to the population that is in need of health services. So thank you, Mr. President. I would like you just to take a shot to take a look at our case so that we will be able to serve the people of South Sudan. We have the potential. Thank you.
Go ahead with the other portion to the business owner, to people of goodwill. So go ahead.
Okay, to the people of South Sudan, as I say, these doctors are your brothers, they are your sisters. They are your countrymen, they are your compatriots. They deserve you, they need you at this moment. As we have made efforts to reach the Minister of Higher Education for the last 1 year, and we get the same message, I think I'm calling on you. I'm calling upon your mother, calling upon your solidarity, your nationalism to show love to these doctors. To say that those doctors stuck in Cuba here are one of their, are part of us. They are part of us. So you do your best. If one person or another one can bring $5, another one bring $5 like that, in hope of bringing your doctors home, I think we are many. I know South Sudanese, we have the generosity in us. When we see one of us suffering, we always come in. Right? And I'm not sending this voice to you because you might not have had it before, that there are South Sudanese who are stranded in Cuba. So now you get away from here, and I'm asking you to join hands, at least to do something at your capacity as individual, because as one of the great American presidents used to say that You don't worry about what the country can do for you, but you worry about what you can do for your country. Really. And this is the moment that you have to do something for your country as individual and to see that these doctors go home. To the friends of South Sudan, I'm also calling for you to come in and help us where necessary to take these doctors home. I will really, and to the South Sudanese Students Union here in Cuba, they will really appreciate all your efforts in taking back these doctors to come and serve the population, which is our priority. Healthy is our priority. Thank you very much.
On that note, let me jump into it. Down the road, maybe we will host you again somewhere here when you manage to establish GoFundMe and opening this pledge on behalf of my personal behalf. I will pledge a $50 to start to open this door, and when that GoFundMe is available, we will host you guys so that we display the link, and we can start from there, because the trip of a million mile, it started with a single step. So my $50 will be available when the GoFundMe starts, so I will be able to channel it through the proper channel. And we encourage everybody who is watching with us, please be prepared. And if you guys can start with the pledges, the video is recording, we can go back and reference to it, or you can write your comment here if you are pledging $10, $20, whatever you will be able to bring. So let me go back to my brother Ndirinda in the studio. Maybe he got something to add.
Yeah, I've listened closely to what Brother Salah you've been saying. What I want to zoom into is the fact that you shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be sitting anywhere in the media pleading with your government, with your country, to take you back home. Because in itself, it's a crime. And the reason I'm saying it's a crime is because no country in this world should have its own citizen begging them. You are the instrument of change. Those students who have graduated, not just in Cuba, but anywhere else in the world, they are agents of change. Our country, South Sudan, is badly in need of those acquired skills in those various fields. It is a pity, really, when one starts comprehending the whole idea here, is that now students, your own students who have graduated, who are eager to go and help, and I haven't heard that they want to go and help by making sure that they are working and you're paying them. I'm quite sure with the kind of eagerness they have, I'm quite sure they're ready to even have a little tukul and call it. I'll bring our brother back. Is he in there?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm there.
Oh, so you can still hear Brother Lasso?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
But can you hear Brother Krikuju?
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Because I thought for a moment that we lost you. But since we can hear you, that's great. Yes. It is a pity that a country listening to the pledge of its own citizen who are ready to come in. I'm quite sure with the eagerness that these doctors have, Brother Krikuju and Brother Andrea, I'm quite sure they're not even thinking of they want to go and work in Wazara Saha. عشان يكونوا في المستشفيات وأجدل. And then they want money. They want to be paid salary. After all, they know they've got others. In 20 شهر.
Yeah.
They've never been paid. But I can sense from their eagerness is that they just want to go. Minimum hygiene, and they will start their work. They don't even need to be paid. That's what I get from what is happening here. That's what I get. How come our country is wala ala balu? Probably these guys are so afraid of getting you back because they're thinking Daraba is about 6 doctors. So this is probably what they've calculated. They are not bringing in back a new headache for themselves. So the best thing, I remember when we were talking earlier, we know that 3 of your colleagues have gone back. 3 of your colleagues managed to go back because they've got some relatives and they managed to go back. But it's still, that should not be the way it should. If they were there on scholarship, that shouldn't be the way. There should be a sort of a solidarity going on. Ya kulana, ya balash. You, the students, in Cuba, to any other country in the world. Talama, South Sudan doesn't want to bring you back. Tamrugu minakta America, tamrugu inshallah the struggle of Cuba, for 1 peso. Few karama, you have your dignity. But now you will struggle, or your members of your family will get you back into South Sudan, get you the ticket, you get back in South Sudan, then you get humiliated looking for a job. And then you start cursing yourself. What really made you to come back? And leaving your friends back there. So that's what I would have at least expect from you all. And those 3 who've had to go back, I'm not sure why, but you know what? They shouldn't have gone. They shouldn't have gone. But anyway, that has happened. So what I'm trying to say here is the point that you coming to the media, making pledge through different media platforms, it shouldn't have happened. In the ideal world, this should not have happened. This is where, when we start talking about accountability and the correct governance system and all of this, is because of things like this. Now, the guy who have made sure he ran away with your return ticket, because he knew nobody's going to ask him. He's gone. The next guy in line will tell you, I don't even know about this. Let me check Adrajvel. And when he checks, I found your names, but nothing else. You know what? I found your names, but nothing else. So what? Okay, what are you going to do? Let me see what I can do. My scenario is he will go back, he'll try to talk to these people. If the whole thing goes okay and it gets to Minister of Finance, Gurush budget dala Pratazakir students al grado zeji, Lamani also Lindu, he's got issues with that. Now he's doing exactly what the other guy did. Now he starts sifting through the names, trying to see which name he thinks he knows, or close to him, or close to his tribe. Then he will pay the return ticket for these ones. The rest, wait a bit. So, and then the wheel keep going again and again. And this is the plight of our country. I know this is not politics, but this is just the plight of our country. These are the kind of things that is shattering us 24/7.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I really appreciate your empathy for us here about the issue of not deciding to remain here. In the first place, when we were brought here, we were brought as students who are to study medicine, and then they graduate and then go and help vulnerable communities, you see. And our core, the Cuban system of education in medicine is the preventive medicine, you see. which has to do with the what? Preventing the large population from getting what? Diseases, and you treat them at the same time. Okay? So our aim is to work with the vulnerable communities. Okay? So what does that imply? I can decide to work in Cuba, I can cross to any other country, I can cross to Canada. But do those countries need more doctors like the West African need? How about if I look at the person who is lying at the Juba teaching hospital down on the floor in the emergency room, waiting for a doctor to attend, which doesn't appear in time. If I look at that person, if you look at that person in Malakal hospital who is struggling to meet a doctor, how would I say across to Canada? How would I say across to Caribbean countries? You see? That is like a betrayal of their own country. You see? It's a betrayal of their own people. You see? These are the people who give birth to us. They are our family. They are our fathers. You see? We don't care what tribe you come from. You see? We are all a family. You see? So all those people we have them in our hearts. You see? And that is what we want to do as doctors. Doctors are only to value the life of the human being beyond about your own comfort. You see? We can be comfortable anywhere. Maybe we can treat ourselves. We can say, this country, let us sign an agreement with you so that you take us, and then we work for you for 5 years, and then later on, we are free. We can easily what? That can be arranged, hopefully. But we are not after that. We are after our country. As long as many people continue to run away from South Sudan, many people who are good, who are doctors, great doctors, the intellectuals, as long as they continue to run away from South Sudan, we are running away from the development of South Sudan too. So that is why that what keeps us together here, united, together, irrespective of tribe. We are all together. Whether you are what, whether you are what, we are all together, united with one thing, only to help our people in the medical field. So our pleading is basically we need to get there. We don't care what condition they're going to put us in. But our thing is, if I can find my stethoscope, and then I can test the patient. If it's good or okay, I can save the life. I'm happy with that. And that's what I'm meant for.
Brother Salah.
So that's why
Brother Salah.
That's why we're asking for your help to get us there.
That's correct. Brother Salah, what you've just said about patients not being attended to by doctors in time takes me to last year. My mother passed away last year on the 9th of December. My mother was taken by the so-called ambulance to the hospital. She was never seen by any doctor until like 3 hours later. And this is a patient in a coma.
Wow.
And of course, we do know with the so-called intensive unit care, ICU, or is that ICU? She was taken and just put on a normal bed, nothing. Until 3 hours later, a doctor came, and all they came with a stethoscope, and just said, the time of death 3 hours ago.
God have mercy on her pure soul.
Okay. So that's why, as I'm saying this, that's why I'm saying, in solidarity, you should all stay the same. Stay in Cuba. Government does not take you back. No one should go back. Yes, our people are suffering. You know that already, but none of you should go back. Just stay. Either they take you all or they leave you all. Because they're doing it on purpose. They do it on purpose. I fully understand your pain as doctors. You want to go and work. Even listen to what you just said that towards the end of your statement. You said even if the government has to sign a contract for 5 years, 3 years with you to work for free, then after that you can do whatever you want to do. There is no nobleness more than that. That is so noble. That is so noble. But Do they understand it? No, they don't. Because they know one thing. The president gets up in the morning, into headache, he's running to Nairobi. The vice president wake up in the morning and into like hangover, is going to Khartoum. Minister Gumfok walai kaanu daharu gaboja wala kef is going to India or is going to Germany. You know, واحد يقوم فوق ما عارف كانه ركبه كبوجه ولا كلاس شوكولا juice just they don't believe in that. They are flying to South Africa. Tep laku wani ujada udeng Fatima you know na Hakim Jamal Tabanin Galabal, these people who are just common people, where do they go? They wake up into Wajaras, they walk to the back of their hut, they try to find some roots of trees. In their confusion, they're just drinking any root. That ending up causing them more damage to their kidneys and liver and all this. Is it right, really, to have medicines? Mufarash water, fi Suk Juba, fi Jebel, fi Konyo, fi Shual. All the white capsules in Kom. And when you come and you say to the person who is selling it, another malaria, they are actually testing it. They take one, because it's all white. They test it, and until the final mur, then yeah, this is malaria. And then there come and you say another 30, 40, 10, kamsa. Then
this is outrageous.
No. Don't you think if we have doctors who are working for free, the amana with honesty, they would actually do the correct prescription for these patients, and they will save lives? That's why it is really sad. And that's why for someone with a mind like mine, it is one. No, those three shouldn't have gone. I hope they are listening, or they will come one day and see this. And I hope the Mirum should really hurt them as to why did they decide to go. Yes, the Indomim Kanya, they left. Why did they leave? What are they doing now? No. They should have stand with the rest of you in solidarity. And you would have made more stronger cases if you all stay in solidarity. So, Adoma, I hope you managed to bring our brother Piol on your messenger.
I'm trying to work on that with him, and he's trying another option. If you can just come on WhatsApp instead, WhatsApp audio.
Oh yeah, once he managed to get to you, that's fine. But that's all because we need.
Yeah, sure.
Brother,
I'm gonna try that on just in a minute. I think you should be able to get on audio.
Okay, not a problem, Brother Krikuju.
Yes, I would like to comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, actually, like those two doctors who went back home, we're actually proud to say that some of them are being incorporated already. Like one has already started working in Juba Teaching Hospital inside there. He is now having like already a man working in the Juba Teaching Hospital. And then the next one, they are also running the same process to be incorporated, to start working and serving the people of South Sudan through the Juba Teaching Hospital. Yeah. So let's hope that they will also make it in life to serve the people, as that has been the core goal that they have been yearning for. And we hope when these ones also will go, they will join our brothers. Not only will it be in Juba Teaching Hospital, but also in other hospitals, at least to balance so that we have more doctors on the ground. So about the issue of travel, that's now what we hope. We just hope our government will one day respond and they will take this student home. So we don't know what they are doing, but whatever they do in their personal level about the country and so on, we decide to shy away from all that is happening. But what we just want is an understanding of a nation You see? What a nation is. A nation is where there is a government for the people. You see? A nation is where there is a what? A government that knows where its citizens are, whether they're inside the country or whether they're outside the country. They all belong to what? To the same nation. And they all deserve what? Same services wherever they are. So that is when you call yourself a nation, see? Of which I'm proud to be. We have our South Sudan and we have the government. See? If the government officials are listening to me right now, I know we are a nation, see? But we need to move extra mile to help our citizens wherever they are, see? In whatever situation they are. And then there's a saying that used to say, if your chicken is crying like in the bush, you see, don't say you are the one who look for it there. Once you bring it home, and then later you say, don't go and look at it with the fox, don't play around with the fox in the bush there. So this is what the government has to do, to look for where their children are crying. That's fun. Always bring them back home. Even if the conditions at the home are terrible, even if the conditions at the home are not that pleasing, but home is always home. So you bring them home, then you begin to build together. And I know they are doing also things. I know they are going through a lot as a government based on the economic situation, which it is really sad. They are trying all their best, but there is one thing also, priorities. You need to give priorities. You give priority to the healthy, you will get good doctors, and then these doctors will heal the population, will make them healthy. And then when the population is healthy, they will be able to work extra hard in order to work to improve the economy. If the population is not healthy, which means it's very hard for them to be productive. And if they are not productive, there is no miracles in economic development. So this is one of the key things that priority come in. You need to prioritize. And one of it is beginning by taking these doctors home. And collecting, not only in Cuba, we also have students in Zimbabwe. We have our colleagues there in Zimbabwe also who are waiting for the same. They have also graduated in Zimbabwe and they also need tickets to go home.
Well, Brother Salah, let me make it this way. Let me brighten up the studio here. I could say our students, Al-Fifi or Zimbabwe, they are close to home. Kaman biga zalanin wala bes be gurasa be nashif kida dor be koran man bija you know man bija lakin al fi Cuba earlier on I asked this question because this is the way the government is treating people is stuff, okay? إذا كان في 21 سنة كويس جيش الأحمر الودون في كيوبا everything طبعا this was the future of New Sudan, correct? Everything went fine when the الحركة ذاته has no budget material we know as a country or as a dollar, all right? Everything went fine, okay? That's all gone. Now this is where the Cuba and Havana and Juba sat down and made things, agreed on certain terms, how to get students, South Sudanese students, to go and study in Cuba. Not the Cuban students to come and study in Juba. Okay. What was Juba thinking? Was that thinking, well, let them go and study and let them stay, no? I don't believe that was the idea. The idea was, yep, they're going to study there, they're coming back. And like we said, everything is stipulated in the agreement. The budget is fully there. But of course, it is the kind of country we have. It's the kind of country we have. And before I continue with that, let me recognize the presence of our brother Solomon Dandara and our brother Luis Hozindli and a few others who are here. Sister Diana Lolik, Sister Tina, Sister Kai, Colwell, Raylo, Claudio Ibrahim, Jack Robert, Muhammad Abdul Sharif, Abdul Shafi, okay, and the rest of the viewers who are here. Juba knows what is going on. Juba can benefit from the skills of these doctors. It will help. Hatta the doctors that I'm quite sure they are not even ready to just work within the cities, capital cities only. They are ready to go to rural areas. Because Cuba is a revolutionary country. It's a country that was built on revolution. Therefore, while you guys were being taught to become doctors or lawyers or engineers or whatever, the underlying principle is people. And people are not just found in cities. People are found in rural areas, in villages, or so in Payams and counties in our case. And I'm quite sure you guys come from there. You have that understanding of that foundation. When you come and you work, you're not just aiming at working for Juba Teaching Hospital or Wow Teaching Hospital or Mustashfa. I forgot the name. في Juba ده مستشفى Sabah ولا في Malakal Teaching Hospital ولا في Will Teaching Hospital ولا that's not your aim. It is one of your priorities, but really you just want to work where you can see patients on a daily basis in numbers and you help them because you derive self-satisfaction doing that. Rather than it of a Juba City Teaching Hospital, you're sitting there and people have Visaf and you cannot get to all of them because they are Visaf Lezol Tani and Saf Lezol Tani. And you get to treat, if the word is correct, you get to treat or see only few of them and you go home. But when you're in the rural area, you actually get to see all of them and you care about each of them equally, regardless. This is what you people want to do. But the government is ensuring, and when I say government, it is through those people who are responsible of getting you your ticket. They are hindered because all this money is gone. And they will milk that money for as long as they can before some of you actually jump into the ocean and swim back home. If you can make it past the whales, wide whales, everything, the storm, weather, and all this stuff. If you can make it past, then you'll finish it by walking to South Sudan. And none of them will give a damn. That's the truth. That's the reality. Yeah. So, Brother Odoma, I hope our other brother is here. I'll put up a link for anyone who wants to come and say something to our student. And for those who just turn up, we're talking to Brother Salah Stephen Lasso. Brother Salah Stephen Lasso is the chair or the president of the Union of South Sudanese Students in Cuba. I believe he's also a medical doctor. He's about to because he's finalist now. So by next year, he'll be a doctor himself. He has been telling us about their plight, مشكلتهم شنو الحاصل لهم شنو, how did they get to Cuba, and what is it that they're trying to do. They're trying to get back. That's all they want to do. They want to get back. Let the government get them back. We've come up with few initiatives. We need them to get back. Whether the government wants to shaggle them or whether they shaggle them, that is not their concern, I believe, from what I've heard. Their concern is just to get back. And they are more than willing to help our people. Be gurush, min ghair gurush, be contract for 5 years to work for free, la hakuma, they are ready for that. Because they have our people in their heart. But it looks like our government or the so-called Hizb al-Ajnab al-Guide, Hakimna fi J1, amelena hawa hinak. They are not ready for this kind of doctors. Because these are the kind of doctors who will gain popularity under 2 minutes. And if they gain popularity, that represents clear and present danger. Yeah, I'm talking. That's me. Brother Krikuju?
Let me zoom in by saying this. This country called South Sudan, when you look around you and what is taking place in the country, I think there is a lot of things that are going wrong. يعني بالكلام السوداني الجنوبي البسيط، الحكومة بتاع جنوب السودان عامل زي الكلب السحار، لأنه قال بيلدي لما بيلدي يال أول جنة بيطلع بقرون، فبياكل الجنة اللي طلع بقرون ده، لأنه this is the smartest one بين those puppies. And this is what is happening in our country. And داخل جنوب السودان, when you think about كلية طب في جامعة جوبا, هل في مختبرات طبية؟ في معامل؟ like في مركز العمليات for طلبة بتاع طب to practice medicine يعملوا عمليات وما شابه ذلك؟ No, ما موجود. دولة كوبا عالميا معروف على أساس إنه عدد الأطباء في كوبا أكثر من أي دولة من دول بتاعت العالم الثالث. be it United States, Australia, Canada, مش عارف إيه. يعني ده دولة مشهور إنه بيخرج البس الأطباء. Okay. Now we were being given the opportunity. كوبا ادانا المنحة الدراسية. على فكرة دراسة الطب في العالم الأول ما حاجة سهل. يعني أطفال الأثرياء هم لأنه they study. It will depend on your family income. If your family, they are not making residual income, you will never have access in Western Hemisphere to study medicine, not just by student loan. No. The family should be able to pitch in. In country like Canada, I know it very well. So, ma balak inno, this privilege been given to our student to study medicine for دولة لأنه تقدم في هذا المجال. And then نفكوهم أقصى الهوا على أساس إنه يستنوا, they are begging for their return ticket. Yes. ما هو مرتبط بالسياسة. لأنه ما عندنا دولة بتاع مؤسسات، لأنه ما عندنا دولة في محسوبية. ده السبب إنه الكل فاكي. بمنتهى بساطة ما في وزارات اختصاصية، لكن افتكر إنه وضع بتاع الأطباء ده بيحتاج لتدخل من وزير الصحة. لما مسكني قحة when I talk about Minister of Health. Okay? Like 100% she should be aware على أساس إنه we have this X number of doctors, they are graduating in Cuba. إذا بيجيبوا سنين بيجيبوا Chinese من China. ما جايين بالمجانا. Somebody is paying them somehow, some way. Okay? And we have seen during the outbreak of Corona in Juba, there is a team of Chinese doctors. They came from China. How much they are paying them on daily basis? Okay, their accommodation, they are feeding, and also plus to pay them. So whatever the government is giving a Chinese doctor every single day for 1 day is sufficient enough to offer a fair ticket from Havana to Juba. My arithmetic will not be wrong. So if the government, I don't know, هم بيفكروا كيف يعني. Okay, and while Dr. Lasso is here, is Minister of Health, she's aware of what is happening. Mata Juzo, ده جزء في مجال الاختصاص بتاعها. دولتنا محتاج لأطباء. Our country is in a dire need for doctors. Okay, is she aware of what is happening? There is doctor stranded in Cuba because you have to knock so many doors. Okay, something might be done. So I don't know, Dr. Lasso, if you will be able to answer this question. This coronavirus minister, if she's aware of your situation, that we have 6 doctors sitting in Cuba, they're stranded, they can't come home. You know, it is, you know, something will make you want to puke. Seriously. Okay. لأنه حتى of course I have to go there. Look at the caliber of people who are representing us. The Minister of Health. This is the National Minister of Health. Okay? Like the way how she conducts herself, Al-Farrash, she's not qualified as to تكون فراش في أي مستشفى in Western Hemisphere. No disrespect, seriously. Because even when you are a janitor, at least you should have a basic skills of reading those labels. Because if you mix those chemicals, it will burn you. It will damage the surface that you are trying to sterilize or to sanitize it. Okay? You have to understand those chemicals. You must go to school for it. Okay? Man, we can zoom into it. Will take us out of our topic. So, regardless, undersecretary or whoever, undersecretary kaman, shalokom bitagurusho zakbeo, humashabeo. So this is somebody who is a doctor by profession. Okay? So al minister for mono henak. Huh? You know, I don't know, Dr. Lasso, if you can come in, can you tell us a little bit?
Yes. Actually, the ministry, the whole ministry is aware of our doctors here in Cuba because about that's already 3 months. We wrote a letter immediately after the appointment of Dr. Mayen, who is current undersecretary in the ministry. We wrote a letter to him, and even through an email, direct email to his office, because I have his personal email. I wrote a letter to him. He acknowledged it. He said it's a good word. It's actually a good request for our doctors. However, the country is currently, due to the coronavirus, the ministry is having a problem with the finance. But however, they are working hard in order they will meet as a ministry to see what they can do to us. So, but so far we are now more than 3 months, 3 months, and still nothing happened. So what happened? We wrote again a letter to the minister herself, and that letter it was taken by one of us in hand. We have one of the students who went back. She was a finalist. She has to go back for maternal leave, and then she was in Juba. She just came back 2 weeks ago. So she met the minister herself. You see, she went to her office. She met the minister. Even to the minister's home. She gave our letter. The minister said that currently there is a problem, finance. You see, they are not in capacity to help these doctors. Maybe she can connect us to the vice president of service cluster. Okay? Then she's forwarded our case to the vice president of service cluster. That was around 3 weeks ago. Okay? So there, our representative, one of us pleaded that if you cannot help,
hold it, Lasso, hold it right there. Okay. The letter was hand delivered by one of your colleagues who happened to be in Juba. Okay, hand delivered. The response of Her Excellency, the Minister of Health, that she will forward it to the service, to the one of the VPs who is in charge of the service cluster, right? But did her office submit the letter or anything recommendation so that to forward it, or the letter just was being read to her? Because I don't think, the content of the letter was explained to her. Okay, this is my assumption. Okay, explain it to her, and she decided to fold the letter, give it back to her, and maybe make a phone call to link her, or she wrote something on that letter, because those references, we need them, because this is people who claim that they are running our government, right? And we are here, to Zoom and to reflect to the general public how business is conducted at home. Okay, so how do you guys got anything written that they don't have the resources and this is what is going to happen, or it is mind and agrush shil jawab da wadi maktab bata naib rais, and that's it? How it happened? Because we want to get the genesis of it, like the detail of how people run our country. We need to understand it, right?
Well, that will be like entering into another topic that will be different from what actually we are onto. But however, to be brief on that, when she handed our details to her, she just said that she will facilitate a meeting between her and our representative to meet the vice president. So she made the arrangement to her office manager that she will call our representative. However, it took time that she could not call. So our representative had to go back to the office to see them. And then later on, they made the arrangement to meet her. But however, it was not easy because when the office manager also in the vice president office was notified, she was able to guarantee the appointment, but our representative could not meet the president.
I am not familiar with the setting in South Sudan. Which vice president precisely is in charge of the service cluster?
Yes,
which one of them?
In charge of that is Abdel
Bagai.
Abdel Bagai.
Yes.
Okay.
So, that name. Yes, he's the one in charge. So, the office manager said he has our representative has appointment at 12 in his office.
Yeah.
The office manager could not let her enter. He said he is busy up there. You see? So our representative waited there up to 3 p.m. You see? And then the vice president was walking out to go for the usual coronavirus meeting, which is normally at 5. So they said he's busy, he can no longer attend to her. So she came back to Cuba without being attended to. Okay? So this is where we say that sometimes it's not that easy if we enter into details of what really transpired between us and our case for tickets. Okay? But however, we are hoping that one day maybe they're working on, because I was reminded by one of the doctors who was also there trying to fight on our behalf. He said, the director of training and the minister of health is trying to work hard to bring the tickets, but I think she did not know that we actually met the minister herself. So I think somehow that we have that we are living in that situation of whether they are going to work on it or not. So we are just there, but we believe that if they are really serving the interests of the people of South Sudan, they are working on it to get these doctors on.
Brother Salah, let me say this.
Yes.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
When you guys were being sent in the first place, all the arrangements were directly under the Ministry of Higher Education.
Exactly.
Anyone will understand that, okay?
Yeah.
But when you graduated and you're coming back, it was still part of their responsibility.
Under their responsibility,
Okay.
yes.
Until they bring you back home. And now, when you guys started to venture around to find jobs within your profession, until you get that job, of course, you get registered. I don't know what is the process there. You get registered you get known into the Ministry of Health. Things come under the Ministry of Health as a secondary thing. Now you are now become your doctors. You're there, so they can facilitate things for you. What is confusing me is the fact that when the Ministry of Health got the news that you guys are stranded, the way the Ministry of Health dealt with it is like something fitarafhosh, something in the Geran. It's like it's not there, it has no effect for them. Probably also they were thinking if they have to take charge of this, you guys will come there and you will go. And this was during Corona, where there is so many donations coming around. You guys will come and you guys are going to try to partake in that share, whatever it is. Okay, because one thing that should not be told to you or to your representative is, we're going to talk to the vice president, we're going to talk to the president. If that is their internal protocols, that is their own thing. You understand? That should be their own thing. It has nothing to do with us. It's nothing to do with you. It should be their own thing. All that they should present themselves to you as your boss, Ministry of Health. They are your boss. Okay? They take your case, how they facilitate it in between, not sending you away. They are not taking charge by saying they're going to facilitate a meeting of your representative with the vice president. They're not part of it. They are not part of it. Then they shouldn't be doing that. They should be taking the charge. Say, okay, yep, this is the name of the students, and this is what they find out where the documents are. They get in touch with the Ministry of Higher Education, find out who these are the students. These are 6 of them who needs to be brought back. They do their own recommendation quickly. They were in need of doctors coming in.
Hold it right there. Dr. Piol is on the line with Andrea.
Okay, with Odoma? All right.
If you can facilitate.
Okay. Odoma, Andrea, sorry, Salah, we will come back to that one. We are all in the same boat. And Andrea, if you can put the volume up and bring him close to and so I can say hi to him.
I think he said, Piol, can you say something?
Yeah, I do hear you. In first place, thank you. In this show of ZööMTV, we are so grateful here. We are hearing you and we are following up the case.
Andrea, turn your volume slightly down. Just 10% down, little bit. No.
Yep. Is he talking?
Yeah, he's talking, but I can't hear him.
No,
Piol. Can you hear him now?
Piol, come in, please.
Piol, can you say something? Piol, can you say something?
You hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm saying okay. I was saying that the police is delayed because some technical problem here. So we are really following up the case, and Mr. Salah has nailed it. And I think the point is very clear. What we need here is that our post should be to all the people concerned, to our people outside there, that we need to go home and help our people back home. Our concern is directed to the Ministry of Higher Education because it's the place where, so it's the same person or it's the same office that should take us home. So we strongly, the authorities concerned under the Ministry of Higher Education to take it into consideration that doctors that are standard in Cuba are high need to go home and help their community. We were sent to come and perform that we need, such as preventive medicine that we have acquired a lot, to go at least to reduce the diseases that are our community, our people, most in this pandemic time. And importantly, we are knowing that South Sudan is going some testers saying proudly there's a lot of flooding everywhere. There's pandemic diseases that are outbreaking, and we have in South Sudan. So I think it should be a high concern of the world authority and the Ministry of Higher Education with the cooperation and partnership with the Ministry of Health. We are going to work under the Ministry of Health. And our government also, the entire government should take into consideration this highly request. So,
Okay.
this our concern.
Dr. Piol, but we can get your message. But I believe the president of the chairman of the your group union in Cuba, Dr. Lasso, send a message to the president, to the Minister of Higher Education, and to the general public, people of goodwill who are willing to come and help. Maybe we can use your voice as well, since you are part of the group. So if you want to send a specific message to the president, to people who are concerned, and to general public as well, because that message was clear, but also you can add your voice to your chairman. Come in, please.
Okay. I think our president has made it clear. Our objective is to go home and sit that this is correct, and the government is scholarship. I think it's have seen that to come and hunt with have already in our hands. So home is later. Our capability is that we have learning from our population. Yes, the medicine that we want to look for here at home. So this is the same Sudan to our government authorities. The special message to the authority is the higher education that treats students serious, because the student leadership of tomorrow, and we form and go back and work. We don't need America. We don't need finance here. Stay in anywhere where we are sent to. We need to go to South Sudan and build our nation. It's our motto. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Piol. As a matter of fact, yes, as mentioned by the doctor to be Salah Lasso. Yes, all of you with your colleagues who have graduated, you're eager to go home. However, we are wondering, not from you, but we're trying to find out, why is the government not taking the proper action to bring you home? That is what we're wondering about, because for all the reasons you've mentioned, there are people back home who are dying from diseases that they shouldn't be dying from. And you rightfully put it clear, the pandemic that is now, you never know. One of you might find a cure for it, really, back home, for the whole world. You never know, because you've done extensive researches, you've completed your course properly. The question is, why is it that, whether it's the Ministry of Higher Education, whether it's the Ministry of Health, whether it's the entire government, not looking into eagerly bringing you home? Because if I heard your colleague Dr. Salah correctly, you're eager even to work, to sign a contract with the government in your ways, 2 years, 5 years, just work, because all that you have in your mind and your heart and soul are the people of South Sudan, people who are suffering. You want to help them, you know. And at your very young ages that I can see, you can help these people within that 5 years. You can come up with a new research. You can go on doing other things. You become scientists, not just doctors. If I can see it, why is it hard for the government to see that? You know? That's the painful part of it. You guys are not asking them to take you home, to put you into hospital directly, from the airport to hospital to work. That's not what you're asking. You're asking them to dump you back home. That's all. So you can now start venturing what to do to our people. Maybe the 5 or the 6 of you can really go and find a place, make a rakuba, you know, a tukul, all of you sitting there now, starting serving our people. That's the painful part. But as things in South Sudan, there is no fire without smoke. Things always happen for a reason. But we will continue to put your message out. As you guys have articulated yourself clearly, we'll continue to put that message out. Brother Krikuju, take over.
Yes. I believe we have a collective responsibility here to do something for our people. We don't have to rely on the government. And as Dr. Lasso quoted the popular say of the American president, that you have to think about what you can do for your country, not what your country will do for you. And based on that principle, I believe those 6 doctors who graduate, they are ready and eager to go home. They are a responsibility with us collectively. We have to find a way to bring them home, because you and I, we know very well this foreign party, those who are in Juba, they are allergic to education. They are allergic to intellectual. They are allergic to people who are well educated. That is why they want to block them. And that is why they are intimidated. Oh, those guys, they went, study in Cuba. Now they speak Spanish language. They speak English plus Arabic and other local native language. So even the minister herself, she's intimidated. Okay, sure. And so many more. So why I have to bring people with this high caliber, a lot of them within the minister. So maybe they are coming from Cuba, they are coming with rebellion idea. So maybe, they will overthrow something here. So therefore, I will go back to my pledge, okay? It is our responsibility with them collectively, with good citizens of South Sudan. Let us bring those doctors home, okay? This foreign party, they will never do it. That is why they never built a hospital. They never built even Nafura Wahid,
The one in Juba was a Hadia.
Yeah.
For the independent.
They never built a school. They never built a lab so that for researchers, okay? People travel from South Sudan to go for medical imagery like MRI. It is not available in our country. And in every single village, a small village in Australia, across Europe, across Cuba, these machines are available, okay? So that is why they are not building, why they have to bring doctors, okay? This is their way how they embezzle our resources. So somebody have a pain on their side, as you mentioned it earlier. Now they have a good reason to go and visit South Africa. They have a good reason to go to India. So why they have to bring a smart and good doctor who can utilize the local resources so that to find a solution to our local thing? So it is in their interest so that to continue to block them out. Therefore, Now we have to come back to say to people of South Sudan, let us put our hand together, take those people home, because somebody should be held accountable. دمنيا وأكل قروش بتاع تذاكر بتاع الدكاترة الستة اللي تخرجوا في كوبا. Somebody within Ministry of Finance, of Higher Education, they know who is, but they cover up for themselves. Even the president will bring them in, Shaninu, they have to loot our resources. Lama they kun akal shiba, they will release them. We are getting deep into the politics, but I believe we strongly want to do something collectively to bring those doctors home. This government, they will not do it. If the minister, the undersecretary, and Minister of Health, with this corona pandemic, when the money came, what he did, and all of us, we heard about it. So what do you expect from anybody in the government? They will do nothing. So I will yell it back to you. I don't know if Dr. Piol is still here and Dr. Lasso. You guys want to come in, please? What do you think?
Just before they come in, Krikuju, before they come in.
Well, we do say straight away that our case is under the Ministry of Higher Education, because, as I said it earlier enough, that we were by the Ministry of Higher Education, so we address our issues directly to this concern. That are going on in South Sudan and the political atmosphere, we strip ourselves because this is a national agenda that population one concerned to change the political state. So our main concern to those areas that are being made by the areas.
I think you're struggling to get you, Piol. Do you hear me well?
Can he disconnect and reconnect again, Brother Andrea?
Piol, we are gonna disconnect you and we bring you back on again, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're
Nderinda, you are about to say something.
Yeah, I was about to say something. Is Mr. Lasso still hearing us?
I believe so.
I'm still
Okay.
online. Yes.
All right. So what I wanted to say is also, like my brother, my co-host, Brother Krikuju, has made his pledge of $50. I also make my pledge of $50, and we will be waiting for when you guys come up with a GoFundMe or whatever means to collect some money, to try to get you back. And this is the initiative for all South Sudanese. I hope when we put up the link, people will come up and will do their pledges, and you guys just take it serious, because you got to find out the way of how to get this thing coming through. On that note, Brother Krikuju, I'll disappear from you for some time, but you're still listening to Brother Lasso. Fine, yep. And I think we can maybe about time we get our brother Andrea to clear his throat a bit while he's waiting for Piol to say. Let him say something for us. Yeah.
Sure. Andrea, what is your addition before we bring Doctor to be Dr. Lasso?
Yeah, I was also trying to get Piol along, so I think it should be good to go in a few seconds or a few minutes. So this is a very sensitive topic that at some point, when I first met Piol and he told me about it, I was wondering, asking myself, well, how can I help and what can I do about this? And that is the question that I think as people of goodwill or people that are willing to help, especially South Sudanese within and outside South Sudan, could ask themselves the same thing, like, how can I help? And what can I do about this? Yeah, we can talk a lot about the corrupt system, about the government and stuff, but at the moment, we need to get the message out there, not only to the government, also to the people of goodwill. If you have a friend, you have an organization, you have some people that you know might help, if you're a business person, even if you're within the government yourself, but maybe somewhere down there, you can, push up the ladder and get the information up there and help get our students back home. They are no longer students; those are doctors at the moment, and that remains for me the major thing that all of us should be asking ourselves about. Imagine, put yourself in the position. Let's say maybe this is your son, this is your daughter, this is your brother, this is your sister, or this is your uncle, whoever. How would you feel? And we also could imagine ourselves within their own families. I put myself in the family of Dr. Piol or in the family of Dr. Lasso. How would I feel in that kind of a situation? So you feel like you are betrayed. The government takes your children and drops them somewhere and not caring to bring them back. That can be frustrating, not only to the family but also to the students themselves. So the main point for me here is how can we help? And I like the idea that you brought up about GoFundMe. So that's an alternative way we can help as a community. Not only a community because we come from the same village, because we come from the same state or from the same town, but we are a community of South Sudanese, and that's the spirit that will lead us forward if we come together as South Sudanese, as a community together, putting our hands and our voices together, our thoughts together, and see how we can find solutions to certain things. Part of it is this particular show, and I am grateful that ZööMTV is hosting this. Part of that building a community is what we are doing now through advocacy, and we are advocating to kind of get the information out there and let people know what is going on. I'm sure there are some people who never heard of students in Cuba. At least through this kind of forum, some of them are gonna get the information. Some people might be willing to help, and we after putting the information out there, we are thinking on how to help in our own different ways. So the issue of GoFundMe is one of the means by which we can help. And another means by which we can help is those of us who have some, levels of power, levels of, where they can get their voices heard more. Please go out there and put a little bit of pressure on the people concerned with this issue to get the doctors back to South Sudan. They have been there for long and they are ready to come back home and to help. So that's what I can say much in that area. And I would say that GoFundMe may not work everywhere, especially for people who might want to help and they're back in Juba or in South Sudan. I'm not sure if that works there quite as well. So we need to also played with some people that are back in South Sudan to establish certain forum or by any means that they know. But if it means by going from ministry to ministry, or if it means by visiting individual people in the government, in their offices, those are initiatives that we want to work onto and see if we can get something done. So it's not only monetary, it's also championing the agenda and carrying it on and creating awareness, and not simply awareness, we are pushing for action, because awareness is simply like putting an information out there and let whoever is concerned decide. But what we want more here is more of pushing someone to act, pushing someone to do something about it. Most of the time we just like, yeah, I don't know them, and yeah, tomorrow this may be the same doctors that are going to save you, that are going to save your child, that's going to save your uncle. So it's very important that we make it our own case, and we use our energy at whatever level to make sure that somebody acts on it, if not ourselves. So our way of acting would be, if I cannot get them a ticket, I should be thinking of means. How can I get them to someone who can get them a ticket? So that's one important thing. So like for me, when I heard the issue, I was wondering how I can help. And I'm not saying I've helped. I just try to find a way to get them to where they can find someone to help. So that's also part of helping. You can really link them up with something or with someone who can help. So that's pretty much I can say.
Thank you very much, Brother Andrea. You are a true brother keeper, and what your colleagues are going through it in Cuba, that is why you decide to get involved. Greatly appreciate it. So I think Dr. To be Lasso, his line is kind of steady now. Is Dr. Piol with you? If you got a final message or something he want to add before I go to Dr. Lasso.
I think Dr. Piol dropped off. I think because of the connection in his place is kind of poor, and they're kind of predicting some kind of hurricane. So I'm gonna try to get him on in a few minutes, and I will get you notified about that. And meanwhile, if you'd like to have Dr. Lasso on, you can go ahead with that.
Yeah, sure. Dr. Lasso, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Please come in. What you can add to this conversation? You heard me, you heard Brother Andrea, so how can we go about it?
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Kirigoyo, for everything that you guys have said. It is really very encouraging. It is really very touching to us. We feel like we have been hurt. We feel like we have brothers out there who are concerned about us, and that is the spirit that we are really hoping for. Right? When there is someone who can speak about your problem, it gives us a sense of what? Inclusion. Okay? That we are a part of something, part of a nation, for which there are other brothers who are there to stand for you. So we really, in behalf of the whole delegation of South Sudanese, the student here in Cuba, we appreciate you a lot, our brothers from ZööMTV, and also our listener who are currently online listening to this. It is our pride to say that we are happy because you are concerned about our issue, that you are following our issue, that you are speaking on our behalf. That is the thing that we get. Your spirit of nationalism, we together always embrace it. We one day say that, yes, there were people who are standing with us too. And concerning the contribution about the GoFundMe, it is actually a good initiative. We are going to see, as you know, Cuba is one of the countries that is economically debilitated by the United States. So things to do with the Visa card and the MasterCard services is very hard here to interact with in Cuba. So I think we are going to find somebody inside there within the US or Australia, Canada, who will be willing to carry on the project to GoFundMe, so that at least they collect the token and then they buy the tickets online. That will be what meaningful on our side. And I will also be happy if it's our brothers from ZööMTV will be the one to take on that, or Andrea also can help. Yeah, actually, concerning the suggestion of Mr. Andrea about having somebody also on the ground in Juba to help, yeah, that will be also an impressive idea. Because sometime back there is a journalist who is called Juliana Saipai. She has always also been following the issue. She has been calling us and to also give us some advice. So she's also a concerned citizen in Juba there. She has actually come up with that project to make a fundraising in Juba. However, she was not feeling well, and I think she's still planning on how to go about fundraising. I think that will be a very good opportunity to join hands together with her, and then those people in Juba will be able to help get back their doctors. So my last call to everybody is that for us as doctors, we are not politically motivated in any of our reasons. You see, we are just people who love the humanity. We are people who we don't care what you do. You see, if we are in your office, if you are the minister, we are not after what you have not done, what you have done this or that. What we are is to give us a chance, you see, to serve the nation. You see, to give every single South Sudanese a chance to serve the nation, not just doctors, you see, the engineers, they are what, you see, they are nurses, you see. They are also any other person that has the capacity to help to be given the chance, you see, wherever they are, whether they're outside or they're inside. You see. So what I'm just asking is to give a chance to these people, to give us the chance, take this doctor's form. And also I concur with the one of the input. I can't remember if it was from you, Mr. Akiritojo, that we shouldn't be begging in the media. You see. That is very, very key. Because why? If we continue to be adapting that culture that always somebody has to complain in public, somebody has to complain in media, such that you will begin to act that is you are giving a wrong example for others. You see, you are teaching a rebellious mind. Right? So it means everybody has to make something public, has to complain in the public, has to react such that somebody acts to. See? So I will be happy if we are silenced from what? From talking in the media. If we are silenced from talking to the public, how are we going to be silenced? It's just to do the right thing, you see? To do what we are supposed to do in our capacity. If you are the ministry, if you are in the Ministry of Higher Education, you know you send out students, you get them, you know that at this time they are graduating, you see? Because in a ministry, if you send students out, you have to follow up. How are my students living? When they are your citizens, you see? How are my students living? What are the conditions? You come and visit them, you see? How many are graduating this year? I prepare for the tickets, I bring them home, you see? So I mean, if you are going to be doing the crying all the time, like right now, when you will make the contribution, next year we are graduating, 10 of us, you see? We are graduating. So are we also going to make the same one? Media issue to go to the media and then call for a ticket. Now, it is my call is to the Minister of Education is to follow always the students that they send, okay? To at least make a program that these students are graduating every year. They will be graduating. Yeah, they are going to be graduating students. So to plan ahead and to give what support to the students, I thought it will not be a big shame to us again to talk in the public, to complain in the open where everybody is hearing. So this is where supposed to be our internal issue of South Sudan. But right now we have to go live. So this is what sometimes I'm not proud of as a person, as a citizen of the country, and at the same time as a medical professional. What we need only is the tools to work and the condition to work, and to be taken where to work. So this is the only what we ask for. And without taking all much of the time, I would like to say thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone listening. Thank you, ZööMTV. Thank you, the government officials who are listening. Thank you, the Minister of Higher Education, Minister of Health, and the general public, the presidency. Thank you, everyone who is listening to this. And please, you have us in your hearts and get our doctors home. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tubi Lasso. We appreciate your recap, and we look forward out of this conversation, giving us the privilege as ZööMTV to host you guys and to use our podium so that to air out your message. The proposal that come from our perspective, we have a lot of commitment. So on behalf of ZööMTV, we will not be able to assume the responsibility of, when finance get into a business, being always, there is nyar, there is kalam behind it. But I believe you guys have a good friend, a brother keeper, Andrea here, and you guys might have other friends across Western Hemisphere, whether it is in Europe, and so you guys can coordinate with them. And we look forward if you guys decide to adopt this proposal. 100%, we look forward to host you again, even for a short show, so that we share the link and to give you the chance so that you can elaborate more. And already we have our pledge in place with Brother Ndirinda from ZööMTV, and there will be also Junubin with the goodwill, people of goodwill. They might be able to give with generosity, because by the end of the day, you guys are going home to help our people. Let me go back to Andrea if you have a final thought, because we have to start wrapping it up here. If you have a final thought, you have a final message, and then I will conclude with you, Dr. Tubi Lasu.
So yeah,
before I do that, just I'm gonna post the link here, because we have few have been following with us. Maybe somebody want to send an encouraging message or something. So yeah, it is a good idea to open the floor a little bit while we are wrapping it up, or by the time my co-host and Dirinda are gonna come back. So I am posting the link for those who want to come in. Please go ahead, Andrea. And those who want to come, here is the link. You can follow the link to come to the studio, and if you have message of encouragement or anything that you want to share, come in, please. Yeah, go ahead, Andrea.
Thank you again. I think in most, from my short experience here, I've kind of have a sense that most of those countries that have developed so much, they depended not simply on the government, but also on many community initiatives. I've seen a lot of that go around. People help one another in the same neighborhood, people with common goal, people. So there are different associations, and that's why there are so many non-profit organizations working in those countries. And those are countries that you find people advocate for certain things until they're implemented in the government. These are people who push for certain kind of policies until they're implemented in the government. People who fight for the rights of particular groups or particular thing until it is implemented in the government. So sometimes it is all in our hands as a community, as a country, not simply the government. It's our collective responsibility to push the government to get those things done at some point when they should, but for some reasons they don't. So if they don't, then we have to let them do it or make them do it. How do we do that? By consistently advocating, as I said before. And another way of doing that is coming together as a community, as what we are talking about, through some kind of philanthropic activity. Philanthropy is a language where you give some money to help some good cause, something that you support. And I'm sure most of our communities in South Sudan are people with that kind of spirit already in them, people who have that kind of a heart, wanting to help one another, so those of us who are with those kind of heart, please, my final message would be, why don't we think of a way that we can help those students? And they have said clearly in all their messages, they have nearly exhausted all the ways they could possibly think of, and nothing is coming out. Another message I could maybe pass on is to, I think they never talked about it. Dr. Lasso maybe would say something on that, and Dr. Piol as well. They said that some of their colleagues have gone back to Juba, and some of them are getting incorporated into the health system, and especially at the Juba Teaching Hospital. I was kind of wondering, what are those guys like? Are they somehow being champions of this topic? How are they involved also? So maybe this Dr. Lasso would pick on this. Maybe will answer me with that question. what are they doing about it? So they have lived in Cuba, they have experienced the same thing. Now they are back there. So is there a way they are explaining this there to make anything happen? Can they also carry on because they are there with the government and they're there being incorporated into the same system and that is the government hospital, I suppose. So could they voice this message out there as well, since because they are easily believed, because I did not live that experience, I may not put it better than them. So they who have lived the experience and they're now in Juba, could they find from their times, to go and make those kind of pledge with the government or with other concerned authorities to get their colleagues also go back to Juba or to anywhere they want to go in South Sudan. I keep on encouraging our people to keep, spreading this message, but also look for ways you can help. That's the most important part. Don't simply look at it and say, "Oh, how could they do that to them?" and then you just let it finish on this Zoom TV here, or just share it and leave it there. One thing is look for ways you can help. If you cannot help out of your pocket, look, connect them with someone who can, give something if you know. Uh, and that's the spirit, and that's all I can say. And I'm gonna let maybe Pure, if he's ready to maybe respond to that. Pure, do you hear me? Yeah, I think, yeah. Can you hear me?
Daniel, yes, you all know, not Chinese.
Yeah, come in if you have a final thought, a final message you want to sum it up, please.
So Lasso can come in, and I want him maybe to answer that part if their colleagues in Cuba are doing something about this issue.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, Andrea, for that question. Yeah, our colleagues in Juba, as they have elaborated before, that one of us who was there was in position to meet up to the Minister of Health. You mean they were working together. They were trying also their best to see that our issue here is handled. Okay? However, the issue to do with the protocol normally is not easy. Okay? To go to those places and define what you ever want, or to deliver the message you want to. Okay? Because you will always be put there, every 2 to 3 months to find just an appointment. So it's somehow hard, but they are trying to. Okay? They are trying.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, Dr. Tabila, so I think we are wrapping up. Do you have a final message?
My final message will be to all the South Sudanese who are listening. I will always continue to say, please just be at the right side of the history. Be at the right side of those who want to do good for their own citizens. We are living in time of where you hear a lot of things that are being spoken in the media. Some will talk about poor governance, some will talk about corruption, nepotism, all those things. But it's not about that. Okay? Those things won't happen if you as an individual is doing the right thing too. Okay? So we are now in a scenario where one has to stand as an individual, whether you are the minister, if you know that the whole ministry is not having the finance, you do the thing as an individual, you can help, you can volunteer. I can help these doctors by this. You don't need to have the money, but you have the idea, you can help as the minister. You are the vice president. You can do as an individual, okay? And then you try to help. You are the South Sudanese everywhere, concerned South Sudanese. You see that things are not coming out from the other side. You also try to do something as an individual. Just to take the example of people of ZööMTV and Ria and many others. I'm also impressed. I would like to mention also to send a thanks to one of the doctors who have been also working with us, trying to reach our voice to the ministry. As is Dr. Approach. She has been in Ethiopia. She went to Juba and right now she's in USA. She's also advocating on our behalf, plus the other journalists that I mentioned on. I want to say thank you to all those who are concerned. And I want to say thank you for being there for advocating on our behalf to continue. And then I want to say, please take our doctors home. Okay. That is my final message. Just to take our doctors home to go and serve the people of South Sudan. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tubi Lasso. And we look forward if you guys manage to establish that GoFundMe or you have connection in Juba. Also, it will be a great idea. We are willing to host you and advertise or, promote it through ZööMTV because this channel is here to serve our people. Brother Ndirinda, he might be engaged somewhere with other meeting. So, Andrea, if you have a short message you want to deliver so that I can wrap it up.
Yeah, mine would be a final word of thanks. That goes to you in the studio there, and also to Miranda for accepting to host me. The doctors from Cuba, and I felt that this is a very important issue that needs an attention, and not only an attention but also needs an action, and that's why I consulted you guys if you could host these doctors. So I'm grateful to all of you for bringing this up, and I'm also we we are grateful also to them for coming in. But despite the network issues and all that, uh, we look forward to host them again if they still have some stuff to bring up or just follow up on what happened after this. We see how far the message has gone and things like that, and see if any action is being done. So we thank. I personally thank all the people who are here, taking of their time and watching us here. That means it's a spirit of people who are concerned about what is going on, what is happening to their people. So yeah, I also want to thank the people who are willing to share this message in advance. If any of you is willing, please do share this message and make sure that the message goes viral and far. It's not about us, it's about our students, and it's about our doctors, and it's about our health. It's about the health of our people back home in South Sudan. So people of goodwill, please do your part.
Thank you very much, Brother Andrea, and a special thank to those South Sudanese union or group association in Cuba for giving us the privilege to present their case. Dr. Tobi Lasso, Dr. Piol, and the rest of the team. ZööMTV is the place to be. We look forward to see you guys, and we wish you all the best with your because now we become part of this project of collective responsibility to take our doctor home. Keep us posted, keep us informed, and as we mentioned, we look forward to host you again to solicit some fund. So 99 cents is not $1. So whatever people will be able to bring in, we have to take it because, I'm sorry to say that we have a situation, we have doctor, we want to take them home. So thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was our conversation with doctors from South Sudanese doctor who is stranded in Cuba, and they are good friend, brother Andrea, who facilitate and managed to link us together with them. And just to do a quick recap, those students, we have 6 of them who graduate. They came to Cuba on government sponsorship to study medicine, and 6 of them, they graduate already. They are doctors officially. When they are licensed, they are ready to go home. But the government of Republic of South Sudan keep giving them runaround regard. They have over a year. They don't have access to airfare so that they can go home. That is the reason we send a message to the hierarchy of the government Republic of South Sudan, led by General Salva Kiir, Minister of Higher Education, Minister of Health, and those who are concerned. And also they send messages to the general public, to South Sudanese people of goodwill who are willing to come and support their cause. Because as we heard from Dr. Lasso, their chairman, the guy who is representing them, he mentioned by next year, they will have another 10 more doctors who are graduating. So if by next year, we are gonna have 16 doctors. So please keep them in your mind, do something for them. Also, in the beginning of this show, we took a moment to give a stand and to give a big shout to President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris for this. And also, we send a message to the American people for making the wise choice and restoring America that we know. And every citizen around the globe feel proud to be part of this great country called United States of America, where it is respected around the globe, where American voice are leader. People admire them. But I am not a citizen, but we are neighbor. In the last 4 years, we have seen this is not the standard of the American president. We have seen the lowest of the lowest. And also for us as African, we have been humiliated at a different occasion, different platform by what's so-called this current inhabitant of the White House. But the American people have made their choice, and they made it very, very clear. And we hope by January 21st, we will see a different leadership in America, a leadership that our children can look up at them, to admire them, to respect them. And that was all about it. And we are very great at ZööMTV. We witnessed this historical speech by Joe Biden and Kamala Harris tonight. And we will remember those, marking down those moments in history. So for our ZööMTV viewers, we thank you very much. Tonight it is gonna be a short one. We are not gonna keep you long here for the whole night. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your being here. Because of you, we are here. So we look forward to see you next Saturday, our prime time. For those who are in North America, because of the time shift, we decide to maintain it uniform so that not to confuse people who are in Africa and people who are in Australia. So we started earlier today at 8 o'clock Mountain Time. That's going to be 2 o'clock New York, 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. New York time. So we are going to maintain it this way. We don't have to confuse people who don't have a time zone in their area. Thank you very much. As every single show we used to do, during this show, if with the slip of a tongue we said anything that is hurtful, please don't take it personal. The Qadiyya of the Junub Sudan, sometimes we get excited, we get heated. We are not here to disrespect or to humiliate nobody. But with regard to, my description to our Minister of Health, all Junubin, they know, this is not the standard, for a central federal minister. It is a fact, it is a reality. We have to say it, and we have to say it clearly without feeling shy, And also, what is this humiliation? If you don't have the capacity, you cannot do the job. Hey, tell them الدنيا الامتيازات بتاع وزير لكن شوفوا الزول اللي who can do the job. Can ده بقى أقومتك or whatever it is. So as a media house, we have a responsibility. We have to weed it out. But as I am saying, if we said something that you felt it hurt you, please find a place in your heart to forgive us. Nothing personal. ZööMTV is the place to be. We look forward to see all of you next weekend. And on that note, my apology on behalf of my co-host, my brother Ndirinda. Abruptly, he got to exit the show because there is an emergency meeting. He got to attend that meeting. That doesn't mean that the show is not important. How we guys conduct ourselves on ZööMTV, but emergency is an emergency. So thank you very much. God bless you wherever you are. Have a pleasant night, blessed Sunday, blessed Sunday morning for those who are in Europe, and blessed afternoon, Sunday afternoon for those who are in Eastern Hemisphere. God bless you. Please come again. ZööMTV is the place to be. Thank you. Good night.
Junubia mama, ya nana nana. Junubia zenajima, ya najima najima. Junubia jua kamara ya habibi. Junubia jua kamara kefni saniya. Niya kiafa zenajima, najima najima. Niya jabila zenajima wo. Najima najima kumuriya bukore fi shajara. Bugol biniya biniya kumuriya binangnim fi shajara. Bugol biniya biniya dawla bidana ze dawla ina dagana ba le mama kulu badalena ina kulna salama le maryam ya sallama lena ina kulna akifo kulu wikfo lena ye junubiya nana ya nana baba bubakir fi shajara ajani rabbi yalo mama bubakir fi dunya ajan maisha بني أبو بكر في قلبه عشان محبة جنوب يا ماما يا نانا بنيك يا فاز نجمة بنية جميلة نجمة نجمة قمرية بقوري في الشجرة بقول بنية بنية جنوبي بنغنغ في الدنيا بقول بنية بنية جنوبية جوا قمرة هي جنني جنوبية جوا قمرة كيف خلانية جنوبية بابا جنني كمان 3 بنات أنا لقيتهم في السكة أنا شفتهم ماشي لمدرسة حبيبية 7 بنات أنا لقيتهم في السكة دي أنا شفتهم ماشيين كنيسة كله جيرانية بنية بتسلي لرونيا بنية 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 بمجد ربنا شوف بنية بنية مسؤولية الواحد في الدولة ياو نجمة مسؤولية 2 في الدنيا ياو بنية مسؤولية 3 في الدولة دي ياو بابا ماما جنوبية ماما عليزا ياو دي شباب جمجمة جنوبية سيستا ياو مغلس مشوار جنوبية ماما يا مدوى أبني مسؤولية واحد دولة ياو نجمة مسؤولية 2 دنيا ياو بنية مسؤولية 3 دولة ياو بابا ماما